SummerSlam Night 1 is in the books, and we are here to talk about it. Welcome to Squared Circle Radio Live. My name is Chris Belcher. The young buck Andy York is with me. Levi Bachelor, a very special guest who you all seen in the chat as Bill Goldberg is his alias. Our buddy Jeff, softball aficionado, shortstop on our team. It's a softball reunion, guys. I love it.
Is that right?
I love it. This is great.
Yeah. Wrestling's the background.
Wrestling is the background for a softball reunion. Andy York, man, we haven't. You texted me earlier. We haven't done this in a bit.
Yeah, I can't remember the last. I think it was it SummerSlam last year? I think when we were together to actually watch wrestling.
Maybe Rumble.
Were
you here at Rumble?
Well, no, because it was in Saudi, so it was
that's right. It was
a
new
start time. So I think it was like SummerSlam last year. So,
but even though we're not here physically all the time, we're here live each and every Monday after Raw and then after big pay-per-views. So appreciate you guys being live with us. Dr. Durst, an old college professor of mine, in the chat. Appreciate you being here. If you are live with us, drop your comments, drop your questions, drop your reactions, because we are going to react to everything that we saw night number 1 of SummerSlam, Brock Lesnar, Oba Femi main event, all the way back to Io Sky, Liv Morgan for the Women's Championship. We're going to try to cover it all. So we appreciate you guys being with us. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going to start with Jeff, because Jeff is the new guy, and I love putting new guys on the spot. Jeff, Brock Lesnar, Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar passed the torch at the end of the night, falling to Oba Femi. Incredible match. We'll break down some of those spots, but was this what you expect? Did you get everything you wanted out of this Hell in a Cell match?
Well, I've seen a few Hell in a Cell matches live, and with this one, I think it was pretty decent as far as the competitors were able to come up with, as far as like they're more of a ground style, and you think Hell in a Cell more kind of fast-paced action, everything like that right there. But I think it was a very good continuation of a story and passing of the torch. That way it kind of protected Brock to be able to come back in case he's not retired. But it also allows Oba to continue on in his domination. And I think it was a good kind of not bury, but also allowing each one to kind of keep their characters and elevate Oba all at the same time, which is, kind of a hard thing to do, especially in the Hell in a Cell with no blood as well.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Levi, you tried to bet me multiple times in the middle of this match as to how long Brock Lesnar was going to be able to go. And he was gassed towards the end. We all saw it.
For sure.
But this went a good 13, 14 minutes. And Brock Lesnar falls in defeat in what could be his last match.
I could not believe that Brock Lesnar got double digits. Like that. I love Brock Lesnar. I love the big athletic guys. Like, so no disrespect meant or anything, but for him to go around 12 to 13 minutes, I thought was quite the feat. I expected more. What do we say? Like 7 to 9, I think is what I was saying before the match.
Yeah.
And then again, I thought it was a fantastic match. I just want to say, Oba, like his physique, his charisma, like everything about Oba is just awesome.
Yep.
And I thought that the passing of the torch, even without, Jeff, like you mentioned, like even without actually taking off the boots, without without officially retiring, I guess again, without an official retirement again.
Yeah.
Everything, especially at the end of the match, was just awesome, where Brock is just in there tearing everything up. And, we have the last couple of final spots and everything, like it was just awesome. And again, to, Chris, to your original point, for them to go, 13, 14 minutes, I thought was awesome. I would have loved to have seen them actually use the cell.
Sure, yeah. We talked about that.
Because there was the one spot, and that was about it. But I mean, other than that, I thought that the match was just awesome. And you've got you've got Brock, who's one of the greatest, like, big dudes ever to do it. You've got Oba, who has the physique and all of the tools to be able to do it long term. that it was just a lot of fun seeing those guys lock horns and do their thing.
Before we get Andy's thoughts here, Flavor C333 in the chat, thank you for being with us, says Oba has it all. I think we can all four agree with that. Dr. Durst saying Oba took some brutal punishment. He did, Andy, in a big way. Brock took some brutal punishment as well. We mentioned offline before we started that maybe a Hell in a Cell wasn't exactly the right stipulation. They could have gone with something else, but in the end, Andy, we got the result that we needed.
Yeah, I mean, this was the absolute right decision to have Oba go over and to, put the nail in the coffin of this feud, maybe for now, maybe for good, which I think is fine to not know Brock's status. Like if Brock never comes back, I think this is a great way for his career to end. If he comes back and tries to do it one more time, I don't think anybody's going to really be shocked by that fact either. So I think this was exactly what you wanted it to be, to build Oba, to make, I mean, he's official now. Brock said it. Michael Cole said it on commentary. He is the new next big thing.
Yes.
Like he is what Brock used to be.
Yep.
So now there's not really a need for Brock to come back unless he wants to. Yeah. Right. Unless he wants to. So I think that's the big picture of it. And again, like I think the theme of retirement in 2026 is hitting your best opponent's moves from previous years.
Yes.
Because like if you told me Brock would have hit a tombstone on an exposed mat in this match, I'd have called you crazy because there ain't no way. Yeah. But he called back to him and Taker in 2015 or whatever it was. And it was a great moment. It was a great match for what it needed to be. Was the cell important? No, but did it need to be? Not really.
Right. And before you were watching 2002.
Yes. But the last one I remember is the 2015 one. Yeah. When I was impressed that Taker was actually able to do the things that he was able to do in that match.
True. And it was a good match for a part-timer too.
Yes.
Brock.
Yes.
Going
absolutely.
Double digits for a part-timer.
Yep. And I think it was important for it to go double digits to show Oba could do it too. Yeah. Like I don't think Oba's had a lengthy match, and it was to show, Brock didn't carry all the weight. Oba did his part. Yeah. Oba looked the part as well. And I think, Oba's not going to be one of those guys that has to have a 10-minute match or he's going to be blown up afterwards. I think, or a like a Goldberg who can only do 5 moves and then move on. Yeah,
it kept him out of that
Goldberg. Exactly. He's actually able to fill a main event spot and go 15, 20, 30 minutes.
You don't have to worry about whether or not there's 3 moves that he's going to do. And
or if he's going to permanently end somebody's career.
Yes.
You just never know.
Or kill somebody basically in the ring.
That it is what it is. Speaking of main event, we speculated, would it be Punk and Cody? Would it be Oba Brock? I think we can all four agree this was the right call to have Oba Brock not open the show, have it the last match. Because you couldn't have anything follow it. So you just couldn't. All right. So got the same comment here from both Flavor C33 and Dr. Durst in the chat. Oba Femi's next opponent. Dr. Durst saying the same thing. Who should Oba face now? Andy, I'm going to you first. I'm putting you on the spot. I have said, I'll go and give mine real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said Jacob Fatu is a guy that I would love to see Oba Femi go after especially if he is on this trek of Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Like Jacob Fatu and Oba Femi could do some, you talk about athletic big men. Yeah. They could do some good stuff. But who do you think Oba should be in there with next?
I mean, I want him to go after a title like right now, but I don't know if that's the right move to go after it immediately following SummerSlam and whatever happens because I don't think he's going to go after the WWE Championship. I think he's going after the World Heavyweight Championship. So whether that's Seth or Roman, I don't know if Jacob is the right call because I think Jacob needs some big wins.
Sure.
Because he kind of has been beaten by Roman and kind of beaten to that pulp. And then tonight they also lose. So I think Jacob needs a big time match. And I don't know if Oba is that guy. I honestly think Oba's next opponent could be like a Seth. Or like somebody that is established, that's a main event level guy that can continue that feud going forward to get him to a spot where maybe it's War Games, maybe it's the Rumble, maybe it's WrestleMania, but he is the one to win the world title at that big show. He needs some other main event guys other than just Brock to go up and to beat.
I'll tell you one who's been there. Levi, I'm going to throw this one to you since we know that you mentioned it. You don't watch every single week, but you keep up and you are a regular viewer and listener of our podcast. Thank you so much for that. What about a guy like Logan Paul for Oba Femi? a guy who could really talk his way into a match with Oba Femi, who was super athletic, who could be a monster heel and make people just hate him talking about Oba Femi. And guess what? Oba Femi can have that 10-minute match and just throw him around, and Logan make him look like $1 million.
So he would make him look really good because of how small Logan is.
Yeah.
I like the big guys for Oba. So I would like somebody like Drew McIntyre
That's a good
or
one.
LA Knight or something like that. Like some other big, the well physiqued. Is physique the word?
I think so.
It is now.
Okay, so some well physiqued guy that
in the words of Big E, 2 big meaty men slapping meat.
Yep.
Like that's what we're looking for.
So I got you. So Monday night, sorry not to interrupt.
No,
Oba comes out, right? And then I'm not sure if he's back from injury or not, but what if Bronson Reed comes out?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Bronson
That
Reed.
would build
Or
both
Braun
of them
Breaker.
up.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say, Dr. Durst put in the chat Braun Breaker. That's a good one.
Yep.
Flavor CC.
I wouldn't want to put those two together. They're trying to on their own path straight up.
Yeah.
If you put them, someone's going to have to lose. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
really
You have
don't
to step
wanna-
on one of them.
Yeah, you don't
And
Yeah.
the styles are totally different.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Braun is really, really fast.
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
really, really fast, whereas Oba is the really, really big, really, really
Yep.
strong. So I would hate to see those two
They're
styles
not ready to clash yet.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're
They're
getting meshed off.
not what
Flavor CC3 in the chat. See, I can never get this handle right. Why YouTube puts handles on there and not real names now is beyond me. But anyway, it's beside the point. Flavor C333 says Omos, which has been thrown around for a while.
Yeah.
That would be an easy win
Yeah.
for him. Regular listener and stirrer up of the pot, Aaron Grisham in the chat. Eugene versus Oba Femi. I want to throw that one to you since you know about Eugene. Shout out to Jared Justice.
Actually, I have his autograph.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Aaron says that's match of the century. I don't know about that, Jeff, but okay. Yeah. What do you think? Who would you put Oba?
Well, I would go, like I said, I would go with Bronson if he's healthy. But you definitely, at this moment, I don't think you need any more squash matches. I think you need to start building to where we're going 10, 12, 15 minutes because he's now the back half of pay-per-views, unless you're just trying to bring out the crowd super big.
And Andy, you mentioned world title. Jeff, I want to get your take on this. You mentioned Oba going for a world title. I've long thought this, that he doesn't need it right away. Yes, he's over. Yes, he's marketable. It would be great to put the world title on him, but you also could slide him into that attraction role where he doesn't necessarily have to have it. It's almost like it seems weird for a big guy to chase a title, but wouldn't it be better if Oba Femi chased the title rather than to get one right away? I know Brock got one right away when he came in.
Well,
what do you think?
I would go with the age part that back to Randy Orton. When he got his first title, he was immature outside of the ring, which caused WWE a lot of problems.
Yep, for sure.
So I don't think necessarily Oba would be immature, but I don't think he would be ready to do all the things that a championship has to do that's outside.
Wear him out real easy. Even if he is a more mature 28-year-old Levi.
Like, all the interviews you have to do, meeting with people, it's a lot of stuff you have to do.
That's a lot of stuff and a lot of pressure on a 28-year-old to be a world champion.
But I agree with you. I think at this moment, he's such an attraction that he doesn't need his title yet. And he's young enough that you can get away with him not having a title for a while.
Don't rush it.
Or you can just put him like the IC title or I would actually put him on the US title because the US title's kind of been an afterthought for so long since LA Knight dropped it. Like you don't really hear anything about it. It's not when's the last time it's been defended on a pay-per-view.
Right. And I mean, it's definitely not as prominent as the Intercontinental title is what Penta has done with it. Trick Williams has definitely made it a little more prominent since he won it at WrestleMania. Trick Williams versus Oba Femi, Andy, that's a big one too that you could easily go to.
Yep.
Aaron always repping Middle Tennessee State alum Oba Femi. Let's go. I wouldn't say Murfreesboro native, but Murfreesboro former Murfreesboro resident. Which is where we sit right now in my house here. Squared Circle Radio, Chris Belcher, Jeff Helton. Andy York, Levi
You're
Bachelor.
fine.
We are hanging out right here.
It's okay. It's okay.
Save the best for
Oh,
last.
yeah.
Okay.
Hanging out with you on Squared
Made the
Circle.
list.
Hanging out with you here on Squared Circle Radio Live, talking SummerSlam Night #1. And Andy, I don't know how much we want to talk about all the other matches. I think we all have some opinions about all the other matches. And I'm not going to drag down the whole card. We've had a lot of fun for the last 16 minutes talking about this. I don't want to drag down the card. But Andy, the one thing I noticed when the 1, 2, 3 hit in the Hell in a Cell match, that the Brock Lesnar Oba Femi match was the only match where there were multiple audible reactions in our house with all the people that were watching it.
Yeah.
The rest of the show I thought was really, really solid. It was really good. But the oohs and the ahs and the oh my gosh and this, that, and the other, it only happened in the main event.
Yeah.
So how does that lead you? I mean, Dr. Durst says it right here. How will night 2 compete? Man, I think night 2 has the chance to blow it out of the water.
Yeah, I don't think there was a bad match on the night. Like I think there were some very disappointing matches. I think is how I would put it, as not bad, but just not to the level that I thought it would. Because we had this conversation off the air as well, that this year's SummerSlam has been billed as, as big as WrestleMania this past year.
Yes.
And night 1 didn't really feel that way.
Right. Agreed.
Star power in night 1.
Yeah.
And you're like, kind of like, oh wow,
yeah, like
underwhelmed.
Io Sky, Liv Morgan kicked off the night, and you have Cody Punk in the middle of it. You have a returning Randy Orton. You have 3 Hall of Famers in Nikki Brie and Paige. You've got so many other things. Nick Aldis makes his WWE debut.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. And it was fine.
Yeah.
Like it was fine. And I think that is what night 2 has a chance to do better, because I'm already looking at the card for tomorrow night. And like the one that is jumped off the screen screaming at me is Penta versus Chad Gable. It's probably going to be the best match of the entire weekend.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so I think night 2 has the potential to be better than night 1. Not saying night 1 was bad, but it did not live up to the expectations.
Oohs and ahs in the main event where you've got 2 giant dudes throwing each other around.
Yeah.
Which oohs and ahs belongs in that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But where was it the rest of the night is what I'm saying. Yeah. The only other audible ooh and all that really happened in the house, Dr. Durst puts in the chat, he says Aldis and Gunther was just weird. That was the other ooh and all in the house, is seeing Nick Aldis, the reaction that he got, the shape that he was in.
Yeah.
Was he a step slow? Probably. He hasn't been in the ring in 3 years. Was he a little gassed?
It's not the best opponent for him to actually get for the first one.
It was evident that he had not been in the ring for some time. And I thought that Gunther is probably a good fit for him, not necessarily to carry the entire match.
Or the first match back.
Right.
Yeah.
But like to help him along. It was clear that like the transitions between spots were not fantastic.
Yeah.
But physique looked awesome.
Yeah.
Like, let's just get that out. Like,
he looked great. Yeah. He looked the part for
awesome. Sure. Gunther, again, the more and more that you see Gunther, the older that Gunther gets, the longer he goes, that he's aging like fine wine. Like, he just looks better every time that he goes.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like, all this was really good. Like, it's not that, like, there was obviously some ring rust. The only thing that you can do to knock off ring rust is be in the ring.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to be in the ring full time, then I think that's about as good as you're gonna
he didn't look like he was a fish out of water. He looked like he belonged. And I think that was the important part for this is, we've seen some celebrity matches, or we've seen some guys who did some things on the independent scene and then years later come back or come to WWE and wrestle their first match, and it's not great. It doesn't live up to the hype. I think Nick Aldis, was it perfect? No. But did it, in my mind, should it lead to another match for him down the line? I think it absolutely does.
I think the biggest question
I was getting ready to ask. Go ahead, Jeff.
When you're doing that is for the people that have never seen him from TNA. How would you feel at that, and how did he mark off your boxes? Did he check your list?
Yep.
Or were you impressed, or were you like, oh well?
What do you think, Jeff? Do you think because the narrative has been it's a wait and see kind of thing. If he does well and the people react well, maybe we give him another shot. Do you think he gets another feud in WWE, another match? What do you think?
I think potentially this feud might not be over, because potentially you could have Gunther come out to talk about all of that, and then next thing you know, Aldis comes and jumps him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he got a great reaction. Everybody that come out, the national treasure. I mean, that's nice. So I would think that there's a good chance, not necessarily right away, but could be right away. That he's going to get another shot down the line. I think so. He's young enough. You have too many of the top guys that are 3 or 4 or 5 years older than him. At some point, they're going to need a couple of other established stars, whether they're going to be the title carrier stars, but you need people that are like Drew, that have main event status, that don't have to have the title. So you're going to need a few of those as well in the next couple of years, because you're going to have some retirement soon.
And if not anything else, let him have a Rumble spot. Put him in the Rumble. Give him a Rumble spot. Let that be a moment that he can have.
Andy, I want to get your take on this real quick. Nick Aldis did an incredibly emotional interview with Chris Van Vliet this week. We've all talked about it. He cried talking about, like, this is his one shot. He always had a dream to be in the WWE. This was his one shot, and he doesn't want to let people down. I don't think he let people down. And he kept talking about in that interview, Andy, that this came out of nowhere, and it wasn't a thing where they prepped him or they didn't give him, a long heads up. It was, they sprung it on him. And he said the reason he thought that was because of how confident they must be confident in me that I can do it. For them, Andy, to not put him in a match in England, to not put him in a small show, to not give him just a spotlight for the sake of something is going on. You know what I mean? They put him in a big time match on a 12-match card in a stadium. They have faith in him. That tells me that he'll at least get a Rumble spot down the road.
I think he is absolutely earned that, because again, if you go back and look at his work, not even in TNA, but if you go look at his work in NWA, you look at his work in some other independent promotions and some other areas, like, he has what it takes to maybe not be a Cody Rhodes. Maybe he won't be a Roman Reigns. Not everybody will be, but he can be a solid guy that you put out there to help build young talent and to bring them up. Like a much better version of The Miz, a much better wrestler than The Miz. An actual Hall of Famer. But like,
The Miz will be a Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Jeff.
He will be. No, listen, he will be a Hall of Famer. He shouldn't be, though. That's my argument. But
ridiculous.
But
did you hear what Cody Rhodes said about
there's
people saying that The Miz can't wrestle this week? He said, you're crazy. He used some expletives in there. He said, you're crazy.
That's fine. He can call me that, but it doesn't make me wrong. But I really think Nick Aldis is one of those guys that you can put in the ring with some younger guys. Like, there's already a built-in feud between him and Dominic Mysterio, because their first interaction, he said, I'm a big fan of your dad. Like, he's like made it play like he was talking to him. So like, there's some young guys that you can put him in there with that he's able to put over and to build him up. So I don't think he's going to be a world champion. I don't think he's going to be a mid-card champion, but I think he can do what he needs to do to bring the next generation up while also getting the flowers that he finally deserves in WWE.
That's a great call.
I'm going to go back in time. Being a fan of his dad, does he mean Eddie or Ray?
Yes.
Yes.
I was actually at that match, and I watched Ray win that match.
So that's right.
I was fourth row on that one, so I got to watch that.
He gets his height from Eddie. That's right.
That's right.
And clearly his hair.
The mustache, all of it.
With Nick, that is the one issue with having him come back against Gunther. That is the one issue is, okay, well, what is Gunther known for now? Ending careers. And so if the plan for Nick moving forward is additional matches, then why are you going to put him against the career killer?
Well, that all
other than to make him look good, because Gunther did make him look good.
Well, I think to Jeff's point, Gunther can now come out and start saying, yep, I killed Aldis's career. And Aldis can say, no, you didn't. And you can continue it that way.
Or you can build it to what you was talking about earlier, which a lot of the internet talks about, is that Adam Pearce versus
Survivor Series, an actual brand versus brand match that they talk about all the time. You can actually finally have it.
You did an NXT versus TNA World War Games.
Yes.
That's kind of especially with that promo
cool.
Waller did.
I thought you were about to say all the GMs. I'm like, if Shawn Michaels laces it up and goes against Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, that is the weirdest match of all time. Let's throw Triple A in there and throw Taker in there, make it a fatal 4-way. The weirdest fatal 4-way of all time.
Weirdest, greatest. Whatever.
Listen,
and then McMahon takes the corner too.
There you go. Well, let's have a cutout of Vince where we won't actually have him there.
Let's, no disrespect to Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, but if Shawn Michaels has been offered all these matches over the years to AJ Styles and this, that, and the other, and he comes back for that.
He came back one time for that money.
But that was Triple H, The Undertaker, and Kane. Yeah, we're talking about Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce.
But that was more his level, though, versus AJ. AJ would run circles around.
He would.
That's true.
He would.
That's true. Dr. Durst in the chat. Will there be Drew interference on Sunday? I don't know, but I do know that a certain Viper came back tonight, Andy, and costed Cody Rhodes his WWE Championship. Levi's shaking his head, but
he hit the wrong guy.
I don't think he hit the wrong guy. CM Punk retaining the championship, no heel turn, but a Viper return.
Yeah, and I think it was done really well because now you still have another opportunity. Like the door is still open for another Punk Cody rematch somewhere down the line. But now, which is what I've been asking for a long time, is you're pulling Cody away from the WWE Championship for a little bit. And I think that is very important.
Yep.
Like pull him away from the title, have him go on another massive feud. Cause I think we talked about it going into WrestleMania is Cody Randy, does it really need the title? And I don't think it does. Like, I don't think Cody versus Randy needs the title. So you can do that. And then on the other side, while Punk is feuding with, Finn Balor or Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens or whoever else, that can continue to build. Because I still think there's a really good chance Cody wins his third Royal Rumble. I think that is another path for him to get to Mania.
Or Money in the Bank.
Yeah, right. No Money in the Bank. I do not like Cody Rhodes winning Money in the Bank.
LA Knights. This is year's LA Knights.
I've been on that soapbox for 5 years. It ain't never going to happen. But I am going to continue to say it until it finally happens.
We're going to talk about LA Knight in a minute. Cody, Punk, the insertion of Randy. I know you weren't happy. He hit the wrong guy, whatever.
No. I mean, it's again one of those things, and I'm going to go back to Oba for just a second. And I think that it was a really good point that you brought up of, well, you can't necessarily just put a belt on Oba right now because who chases Oba?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So right now it's all about the chase for Oba. And so I thought that your point about Cody Randy is right along the same line.
Yeah.
That I don't necessarily need a belt in play for that feud, for that storyline and everything. And so I think that, Cody could have one of several different feuds and different storylines at this point, along with Randy. And again, I'll say, I guess I'm like Vince only in the fact that, like, the big physique guys are what we know that Vince historically liked.
Yes.
And I mean, Randy, come on. I could only hope to look that good. Well, I guess I am his age, but I do not look nearly as good as Randy, and it makes me really jealous because homeboy looks
the part.
Incredible.
Jeff, that match we talked about, it seemed like Punk was gassed there for a bit. And that Cody was a step faster than Punk, that he was kind of having to wrestle down to Punk a little bit. Did that hurt what they were, because they delivered a really solid match, especially for a world championship match. Did it hurt what they delivered? Did you expect more out of these two?
So I will go on off tangent just a little bit. I think the thing is with both of them is right this moment we're kind of be force fed a lot of Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
And Cody has his own type of match, kind of like Gunther. Like you're going to see the same, like, almost Cena is
Randy as well.
With a few more extra moves, kind of. You know, you're going to get a Cody cutter at some point, and it's going to be all. Now it's a top rope. Top rope.
Move over, Javon
But I mean, for as old as they are, knowing that they were going to have to carry as much time as they were going to have to carry,
at least 40 minutes. They went
because what happened before them, what they knew was going to go after them as far as shortness.
Yep.
I mean, I think they delivered what they could because Punk hasn't been wrestling as often, so that ring. I won't say rust, but fatigue kind of show. We talked about and Brock, you could kind of see it. There was like, what was that backflip thing he did?
I think it was a moonsault. I don't know. It turned into a crossbody really quickly.
It was like a side flip to crossbody, whatever. A knee barely grazed, and you saw him laugh about it. So I mean,
he did. That's true.
The green room was really having a big.
They were.
Oh, man, they were. Oh, I can only imagine the reaction back there. Triple H and Michael Hayes. Appreciate you guys being tuned in with us. If you're live, drop those comments and questions in the chat. If you're watching the replay, you can still do that as well. Huge traffic on our channel this week. Thank you for that. If you're joining us because of that, welcome to the Squared Circle Radio family. We appreciate you so very much. I know it might not sound like a lot to you guys. But we hit 450 subscribers on the channel before SummerSlam started. So thank you guys so much for that. We appreciate it so much. My name is Chris Belcher. That's the Young Buck Andy York, Levi Bachelor, and Jeff Helton, our special guest, talking all about SummerSlam Night number 1. You mentioned LA Knight. Let's get on the soapbox because he got the pinfall victory in the 6-man tag over Jey Uso, the right guy to get pinned.
Yep.
As always.
You both.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You both are claiming hard. LA Knight Money in the Bank coming up next. Andy's been on a soapbox for 3 years now. Why they haven't given the Money in the Bank to LA Knight. So Jeff, now that LA Knight has won this match, I said that winning this match puts him in contention to face either Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins because of how much TV time has been spent building this 6-man tag match. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, the person that shined in this match was Solo.
Yes.
Babyface Solo.
Yes, he did.
Watch out for that, because that is that's the new thing happening.
For sure.
But I am an LA Knight fan. I got the shirt underneath this one.
Yeah.
I lack people skills, but I think he did very well because there was not a lot of signature moves that he didn't try in this, where like he didn't jump to the top rope, he didn't do his elbow. So there's lots of things that like kind of branching out and branching away from like
he played the hits,
the average, LA Knight. So I think that was a good kind of branch out for him. The match itself was, I mean, anytime you have Jey in a match, you're just kind of like,
I'm picking on Jey Uso, man.
Hey, he is the best before entrance since Ultimate Warrior. But once he gets in the ring, it becomes Ultimate Warrior.
I'll give him credit. He sold the BFT extremely well.
He
sold it extremely well. He spiked himself for that.
We're going to give props to back in the day. That was the Scott Hall. Never.
Yep.
That was one of the oohs and ahs as well.
Yeah, that was.
We were like, I think that man just got murdered on TV.
Andy, how are you feeling about LA Knight? I know you picked the Bloodline to win this match, but you also said it was coin flip. So how are you feeling?
I'm right where I was when we did the prediction, because I said I can also see them having LA Knight win to get our hopes up, to then just rip it out of our, like, rip our hearts out again at Money in the Bank, to like build all this momentum, to have him not even win the briefcase. I don't even know if he's going to be in the match for the briefcase.
That's what I think.
Which I don't. Going back to your question about him and Roman or him and Seth, I think if they do that, then the fans and fans' minds are going to be, they're putting him there, so he's not in the Money in the Bank briefcase, so he's not going to win that, and he's not going to win the title.
I would agree.
So this is like, again, you're building him to just stop the momentum again.
I think
Ziggler.
Yeah, it is.
I think the fans would feel better if it was Seth versus LA Knight.
Yeah.
Not Roman. If it's Seth, then there's a real shot that LA Knight wins.
At least have that
But if it's Roman, there ain't no way LA Knight's beating him.
Dr. Durst in the chat says, what if Roman goes after LA Knight because he pinned the Bloodline guy? Yeah, there's that tension that, Andy, that you and I talked about, that huge hole in this story of not only why is Jacob Fatu and the Usos now getting along, but a lot of things have stacked up on Jey Uso over the last couple months since the King of the Ring, and it has not been addressed by the tribal chief.
Yeah.
So this would be a fine time to address it, and then have Roman go after, not even LA Knight go after Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Maybe Roman goes after LA Knight, and LA Knight says, well, it's about time that you show me some respect. Yeah. And so I think that's what, again, I know you just said it, I do think that gets him out of the Money in the Bank ladder match, and I think it's Roman and LA Knight at Money in the Bank for the championship.
Yeah, and I think that's a great story to tell. But I think what's so interesting about Roman and why this Seth match has become a big deal is because Seth has always been Roman's kryptonite.
Yes.
But spoiler alert, after tomorrow night, that kryptonite's going away. Yeah. Like that mystique is going away. Yeah, so who's the next Seth Rollins to the Bloodline?
Yeah.
Well, if LA Knight got the win here, let's say he wins Money in the Bank. Now Roman's mind, he's already beat Jimmy J and Jacob.
Yep.
You know, he's got Solo on his side now who's coming after us. Yep. He's a threat.
Yep.
And so even though maybe LA Knight's not going after the title with Money in the Bank, Roman can continue to go after LA Knight, trying to beat him down. And then maybe the switcheroo happens with the cash in a couple months in the line that LA Knight cashes in, wins the world title, and then loses it like probably a month later or 2 months later.
Yep.
But I'm afraid of no matter what story they tell with him, he's going to get a big push. He's going to get a big pop. He's going to have the crowd eating out of the palm of his hand, and then it's going to hit a brick wall and go absolutely nowhere.
We talked about this during the match, and I hate to continue harping on LA Knight, but this is a good discussion for sure. We talked about it during the match in that he's a top merch seller. He's organically over with the crowd. There's no doubt about it. He can talk. He can wrestle. So WWE is not stupid. Like, they know if a guy is working and a guy is organically being pushed and that's working, then they're going to let the guy go and they're going to put him in a prime spot. Yeah. So what is holding LA Knight back? And Jeff, I just think I'm not an expert. I've been in wrestling locker rooms, but not a whole lot. I don't know this business in and out like everybody in the WWE does. But Jeff, I have to just think, logic tells me it's LA Knight that's holding himself back. I don't know how. I don't know why, but it's LA Knight holding himself back.
It could be because he's rubbed the wrong person wrong too.
Yep. You're right.
It's all because he didn't climb the ladder the right way. Money in the Bank last year.
I know, right?
And they didn't get that stupid shot that Triple H wanted and then reamed him out backstage for no reason.
Well,
rub it the wrong way.
Yeah. He said, Triple H said, not to harp on that scene on Unreal, but Triple H said, we built that spot just for you and you didn't do it.
But that spot does literally nothing for LA Knight.
We built that spot just for you and you didn't do it.
No, I think Jeff's right. I think he has rubbed somebody the wrong way and is now forever getting that Dolph Ziggler, even I talked to crap about him earlier, the Miz push of, we're going to do stuff with him. We're going to push him. We're going to push him. We're going to push him. You're right at the edge. You're about to break the glass ceiling. Pull the rug out from underneath you, start all over.
And I know that we talked about this earlier offline. That what I think that the Bloodline is missing is a differing faction that can actually push them.
Yeah.
Like, I know that we talked a bit about like where the factions at, or some of the existing factions that are around have either been along too long or have not done anything.
I'll be honest. If the vision would have worked out the way the vision was supposed to work out,
that's supposed to have been that.
That's what I'm saying.
Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed.
So
that would have worked.
No, if it's not the vision, then is there is there some other kind of differing faction or like some kind of anti-bloodline faction led by
LA Knight,
LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys, and somebody
Seth
else.
Rollins
and
whoever.
So if it's not the Vision, then who?
Yeah.
So you don't have to necessarily do a faction. You can go back to old NWA style and dudes with attitudes. So you can just get some
true.
some faces,
whatever.
Anti-guys,
some faces together that have a little bit of beef.
All right, 2 more things to get to tonight. We appreciate you guys being tuned in live. Again, if you're watching the replay, we appreciate that as well. If you're listening on podcast, do us a favor, subscribe on whatever platform that you have chosen. We have to talk about the opening match very briefly. Andy, 100 days as women's champion. And in her first title defense in 100 days.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan is successful and she retains the women's championship over Io Sky. How does that make you feel?
Terrible. Terrible. Awful. See, 100 days from now would put us where?
100 days from now would be, so what is that?
Days, right?
What is that? 3. I mean, we're close to the Rumble.
So
Yeah.
close to-
She hasn't.
Yeah, so she'll defend it at the Rumble. She won't defend it between now and the Rumble. She'll defend it there. Probably beat somebody. She'll be the longest reigning champion. Maybe.
Yeah.
Listen, no hate to Liv Morgan because it's not her fault.
Right.
It is not her fault. Why should we care about her being champion? There is zero care in the world about her being champion. There, honestly, realistically, there's no reason to care about this match because we saw it last month.
Yep.
So now they've split. So there has to be another, they have to fight each other again at some point down the line. So I don't know. I don't know the story. I know you talked about Raquel and Liv having to hold the titles and
Together.
posing with him, blah, blah, whatever. It's not worth it to have Liv go on as champion if we're not going to actually do something with the title before her next defense, which could be Survivor Series.
I mean, there's no build for the women's.
No, there's nothing.
The women's storyline or the tag.
No.
There's not. But I think it's one of those things where I personally grew new respect for Liv tonight with some of the bumps that she did, especially outside the ring.
She absolutely doesn't care what she has to do. She loves it.
Yeah,
she does.
You don't want to be a waitress anymore.
That's 100% right. She doesn't.
She went out there and did
that is true. She doesn't. Jeff, what do you think?
So I think the big problem with, and I kind of thought of this earlier this week, which is like the way the WWE is now handling title runs.
Yeah.
Like, so in the late 90s, early 2000s, you had a 2 week, 6 week, 2 month, and then 2 or 3 people have it. And somehow along the lines, they got lost that they think a bunch of title changes makes the title lose it. But instead, like, it builds people up. Just think about when Mankind had it that first time. It wasn't long, but now he's a champ. He's a former champ when he doesn't have it against everybody now. Now you're going against the former champ, Mick Foley. So even like we're talking about LA Knight, if he had it for like 2 weeks.
Sami Zayn.
Or Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn's a great example.
Sami Zayn now is up one more level, even though whether his wrestling skills shows that he should be a champion.
Yes.
But this current character,
I
don't necessarily know if I'd done that, but that was why he was a good transition. But it allows them now, anytime he faces somebody, it's the former champ, Sami Zayn, which I think that builds more people a lot better and a lot quicker than it does just trying to do this big like Gunther or get him over by killing these careers, whatever. I think a couple of short title runs will not hurt it. And then you have that one guy, say if LA Knight got it, and then you let him have a 6 month run. That 6 month run after a 2 or 3, 1 month, 2 weeks now means a lot more. And then that person that beats him, now it's a lot bigger.
Well, and I think like a great example of that is, the 2010, 2011, 2012 era of WWE. Like, it was Cena would hold it for a couple months, lose it to somebody, and then Cena would win it back. And then here comes Punk, who holds it for 434 days. And that was like, at that time, that was like Roman holding it for, 4 years or however long it was. And so now people can go back to that. When they think of Punk, they think of, he's one of the longest reigning WWE champions of all time. So I think when it works, it's great. Like I think the Roman reign, no pun intended, went way too long. But it's a thing that's going to last forever for him that he can always go back to. And that's great. Not everybody needs a 6 month title reign. A month, 2 months, because then when you start to get the person that has the title and they're holding it for 8, 9, 10, even a year, then you're going, okay, this is somebody that they're really starting to go with.
All right. Last thing before we get out of here, appreciate you guys being with us. I would be remiss for SummerSlam night number 1 if we didn't talk about what we're looking forward to tomorrow night number 2. We all said that night number 2 has the chance to be better than night number 1, both on a wrestling level, sports entertainment level. Obviously, we talked about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in the main event. Andy, you mentioned Penta and Chad Gable possibly stealing the weekend. Dr. Durst in the chat can't figure out the guy that they're pairing up against Trick Williams. That's Baron Corbin for the United States Championship, a returning Baron Corbin.
A wild Baron Corbin appeared.
You've got the 5-way ladder match for the interim women's championship, and then you've got Sami Zayn and Finn Balor in the number 1 contenders match for CM Punk's championship.
Yep.
So I'm going to Levi first. Of all those things that I just listed, night number 2, what sticks with you? What are you looking forward to?
This one's so easy. It's Penta Gable for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I think that like the amount of talent that is in that one match can completely take over the entire weekend. So literally everything that we're talking about right now, short of again, I have a soft place in my heart for Oba and
of course
Oba and Brock. But aside from that, I think that Penta and Gable have the chance to just steal the weekend.
Yep.
Jeff, what do you think, man?
I'll do a 2-part. So what I really hope that Balor gets his due finally and gets moved back to the main event status. But I also hope they allow the ladder match to go crazy. And then they finally give Chelsea her. So you hear it first.
Let's go. Chelsea Green. Let's go. Chelsea Green. Andy, I know Penta Gable. Put that aside.
If I'm putting Penta Gable aside, honestly, I think Finn Sammy could be the dark horse match of the weekend. I think they could.
There's a 1A, 1B.
Yeah, it could be those two. But I mean, if we're looking at the card as a whole, out of all the matches that we've had, tonight and tomorrow night, if one of them is going to have top tier storytelling and like go in depth and it's going to make you probably feel a lot of emotions and go through the motions and everything, I mean, Roman Seth is going to have a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be your typical Roman Reigns main event match, which in our minds, a lot of times is like, it's going to be fine. And then we watch it like, that's pretty good. Like Roman, like that's a really good, solid main event. And I think that could be one that, will it be as good as Roman Punk from WrestleMania? Probably not. But it'll be really, really, really strong.
I mean, Seth Rollins is the best in-ring performer of
He is not. He is not.
So.
He is not.
Do we get a guest? And does anybody show up tomorrow night? We got one tonight.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go around the room because I'm saving mine
before we do that.
Yeah.
What's the over-under on Roman's entrance tomorrow?
Ooh, we said that would be a great tiebreaker. Me and my wife did.
I
said 7 minutes and 30
I was
seconds.
going to say over under 7 minutes.
Are we going from the first note to
first note to cut off? First note to cut off.
Yeah.
Yep. I say 7 minutes.
Over under 7 minutes.
I'm going under that. I'll go under that.
I'm going 7:30.
I'll go under 7:30. Yeah.
I'm going to go over. I think he'll go over.
Okay. I'll go under 7:30.
Over.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
For sure.
We'll circle back on that at the post show tomorrow night.
I'll get about out of the way.
The thing that I'm looking forward to before we get to surprises is the one match that I didn't mention. Human Money's on a pole match. Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio. I am looking forward to that. I can't wait to see what they pull out, especially because Liv Morgan broke the curse tonight. She won. So the Judgment Day is not cursed anymore. So let's see if that story happens to play in. Okay, surprises going around the room. Jeff, go first. Who shows up? Dr. Durst mentioned Drew McIntyre in the chat earlier. What do you think?
I think Kevin's going to show up somehow.
Okay.
See, I thought that Drew was going to show up tonight. I thought that there was a possibility for him to show up tonight. And since I don't know, I would have pegged KO for tonight as well. But since it was Randy, I don't even know at this point.
Andy?
I know who you're going to say. You're going to make me flip the table. You're going to make. I know. I will.
Okay, thank you. He knows. He knows.
I lean Kevin because I think he could show up in the Finn Sami Zayn match. I think that's a great spot, a perfect spot for him to show up. But if it's not Kevin, since he said KO, I'm trying to think of like maybe Becky somehow shows up in the ladder match.
Okay.
Like takes somebody out, takes her place.
Could be.
So yeah, I'll go with that because I can't really think of anybody else to throw in there.
Ready? Grenade. Here we go. The Rock.
See, I thought you were gonna say Zilla.
No,
I thought you were going to.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Zilla. I forgot about
you were going
Zilla.
to say Goldberg.
No.
No. The Rock's close to Goldberg though.
The Rock shows up after Roman Reigns wins tomorrow night.
I can see that.
That's my prediction to set up Saudi Mania.
I can see that.
Yep. That's where I'm going.
Or he could cost Roman the title.
He could. He could.
I need
Or
City Kitty here.
he could use his corporate power, his corporate standing, and make it a triple threat match and just win the title.
And just win it.
That's the worst case scenario. And if Travis Scott is there, it's real bad. It's real
Listen,
bad.
If Fiend hits, if that music hits,
I told you if Goldberg shows up tonight, I'm gonna get up and watch. Honestly, if Travis Scott shows up tomorrow night, any
if that happens,
involvement,
you're gonna hear Thugonomics right after.
yeah, something, please.
I love it.
Do I get hit in the face if that happens?
Yes, you do.
Yes,
you get in the
yes,
face and
you do.
leave.
Yes, you
Once
Oh,
for
my
Goldberg, once for The Rock.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Dr. Durst says that would be horrible. I think.
Thank you.
I think it'd be great. I think it'd be fantastic.
Not great.
All right.
Done. Move on.
Listen, what a fun night. SummerSlam night number 1, night number 2 coming up tomorrow night. Make sure that you tune into the channel tomorrow night because we're going to do this exact same thing tomorrow night. We're going to have a bunch of fun, talk all about night number 2, and see what is coming up next. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Drop those comments and questions. Even if you're watching on the replay, we would appreciate it so much. The Young Buck Andy York is, of course, with me. Jeff Helton and Levi Batchelor, not Andy York.
I almost did it that time
too. I almost did it
You
that
are
time.
Andy, and I am almost Andy.
Listen.
Okay, Eugene.
Listen, our very special guest, we appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for watching the show. My name is Chris Belcher. This has been another edition of Squared Circle Radio Live. We will catch you guys down the road.